Tonight! Good evening and welcome to the metal detecting news. Let's go straight over to Deep Digger Dan, who has news of a Horde exhibition taking place next year. The Vale of York Horde, found in Harrogate, England, back in 2007 by metal detectorists, is due to go on show for the first time at the British Museum next year. The hoard of Viking silver coins and artefacts is one of the largest and most important to have ever been found. The 617 coins, 6 bracelets and bullion date from the 8th to 11th century and make me want to go David Whelan and his son Andrew explain the moment when they found it.
We were crouched down on our hands and knees and we were just sort of pulling silver bars out, and there was a clump of soil that had this silver chain with a very sort of decorated bead just swinging from it, and I think we were just sort of stood there shaking really, weren't we?
The expedition runs from March until June next year at the Sainsbury Exhibitions Gallery. And now for some shocking news regarding Garrett Pro Pointers from Dan and Paul. It's been brought to the attention of metal detecting news that many fake cheap copies of the Garrett Pro Pointer have been hitting sites such as eBay and undercutting the prices of the genuine items to gain sales. Here is Paul to explain more.
I'll just show you quickly. It looks exactly the same as what you'd expect a Pro Pointer to look like. However, when you turn it on, there's one beep and one beep only. There should be two with a Garrett. There is absolutely no proximity at all with it. It's just on or it's off. That's it. You can't really tell the difference. That's what they should be like. That's like something you get from a cheap second-hand shop. Complete and utterly useless. So it's just a big warning here to watch out for fake Garrett Pro Pointers.
Garrett are aware of the problem and looking into the matter to try and find out who the big bad naughty boys are. So please, all be very cautious when buying and don't get stung like poor Paul was. Only buy from a reputable dealer. And now for a story regarding a very big fat sexy piece of gold. Deep Digger Dan with more. An historic auction held in Deadwood last week saw a 7-ounce gold nugget sell for 4 times its value. When Potato Creek Johnny found the gold nugget in 1929, he said it looked like a woman's leg, and that one day he hoped to find the other leg. His dream came true when the clock shop in Rapid City, USA, asked him if they could make another gold replica and would donate the gold. The replica went to auction with bidding starting at $10,000, which is the estimated value of the gold by weight. A New York resident went on to win with a bid of $40,000. The money raised went to a great cause, the Wounded Warriors Project. Walking on a pavement. We've all done it, but very few of us have ever got as excited as these archaeologists did. Britain's oldest pavement has been uncovered between 2 ancient ceremonial circles in Cornwall, England. The walkway, known as Crystal Causeway, found near the famous Hurl stone circles from the Bronze Age, is believed to be 4,000 years old, and 2 flint tools have been found on the path which seem to back up this claim. Further tests and examinations are being radiocarbon dated, but it is believed that no matter what the results, most of us are still going to say, it's just a path. And now for news of a metal box of treasure, found in the snow of a very famous French mountain. A French climber has stumbled across a treasure trove of emeralds, rubies and sapphires whilst scaling a glacier off Mont Blanc that has been buried for decades. The jewels, estimated to be worth $350,000, lay hidden in a metal box that was on board an Indian plane when it crashed 50 years ago. The climber handed the haul in to the police, who had this to say. "Well, what an honest young man he was. He obviously realised that they belonged to someone who died on the mountain. He could have kept them all, but he chose to give them to me. I'm now contacting India to try and trace the owner, but to be honest, I'm not going to be trying very hard." How much does an archaeologist charge to preserve and restore a coin? We're about to find out. The council are making another bid for funding to help the conservation of a rare hoard of Roman coins. The coins, consisting of 17,500 rare coins, were found during work on the Gainsborough Hotel in Bath, England. The Roman baths have already received £54,000 from the National Lottery. Camelot, the company behind the British Lottery, award around £35 million each week to worthy causes. So far, over £3 has been spent on the conservation of each coin, which is set to double to at least £6 if they get this grant. I, Deep Digger Dan, would just like to add and let it be known that I'd be willing to clean them coins for just £2 each. That's £35,000 in total. If you're interested, get in touch. Thank you. And now we can go over live to Deep Digger Dan with news of his new competition. Dan, what are you up to at the moment? Well, I've just broken my zip. No, Dan, what I mean is, what have you been up to this week? All right. Right, well, I've started a new competition. 3 metal detectors up for grabs this time. Loads of metal detecting gear, treasure, you name it, it's in there. I'll put a link in the description to your news video if you don't mind. Just click on the link and you'll see the competition. Get your children entering. As well as that, I've joined the local metal detecting club. I did that on Wednesday night. I've started a new channel, a new YouTube channel, Deep Fried Dan. I'll put that in the description as well. I was out metal detecting with a new friend yesterday, and I'm going on a club dig tomorrow. So I'm going to find loads of gold and make you another metal detecting video. Oh God, my bread! I forgot my beer bread. I've left oven on. Thanks, Dan. And now, over to Deep Digger Dan for the weather. How's it looking, Dan? It's really, really dark. That is all from the metal detecting news team this week. Good evening.